My name is Jennifer Jacobs, for you guys who don't know me. I have been an attendee at TIF for around 5 years. I am from Guatemala, and I will share you guys my story of how I came to Taiwan and how God has worked in my life. It all started when I was around high school, senior year to be specific. We all have uncertainties and some anxiety and some battles in our life that we all go through. But it wasn't until I was in senior year that I felt the most anxious. It was because I had to choose my career at a very young age. I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way or have felt the same way before. I decided to just give my life to God. I prayed. I asked Him to use my life for His will. And it gave me peace, a lot of peace, but I was still uncertain of what my future was going to look like. So I got the opportunity to apply to a scholarship in Taiwan. It was a scholarship not given to a lot of people. I decided to apply and trust God. I prayed that if it was God's will to open the doors and if it was not, to close them. At the end, I got accepted, and I knew it was God speaking to me and telling me to go and take the risk of going abroad. I was 18 years old at the time, and it was very, very scary to go to a foreign country, away from my family, away from the people that have raised me all along. But there was this one verse that kept coming to my mind during those times, and it was the verse that He told Abraham in Genesis 12:1. God told Abraham, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you." And that verse kept coming to my mind, and I was like, I felt it was speaking to me at that time. And I just took the chance and I came to Taiwan, and that's where everything started. That's where I really started to get a true relationship with God, where I was alone. I was having a lot of battles in Taiwan. The language was hard. I didn't have anyone. That's where I got the closest to God. And that's where everything started. From there on, He kept blessing me. He kept giving me little tiny miracles throughout the way. And there's this one thing that really surprises me a lot, the way He works. He works for good in our lives and not for bad. And I will tell you a little bit more about it. So I want to tell you guys a story of how God has worked in my life. From all the times He has worked, this is one of them. So He practically gave me the opportunity to do internship in my university for 6 months. But I didn't really learn about contact lenses back then. So I had a feeling in my heart that I wanted to learn about contact lenses. And I asked my contact lens teacher if I could go learn a little bit about contact lenses to his clinic during the last month of summer. And he said, yeah, but he wanted me to be there around from 8 all the way to the night, 8 a.m. all the way to the night. So it was kind of hard for me. If you guys don't know, I studied in Asia University, which is in Ufeng, around 1 hour, 15 minutes in bus to the center of Taichung, which was where his clinic is at. And I was about to give up on that opportunity. I really didn't want to travel that much every day. And so one day I got a call from a friend of ours, or a friend of mine. Her name is Courtney. She came to church too. And she just randomly told me how she wanted me over to have dinner. And so I went, and she didn't know anything about the internship. She didn't know anything about what I wanted to do. And she had a roommate, which was Emily. And she was also a very good friend of mine, also came to TIF. And she told me that Emily had just left to the States and she had an extra key. She had been praying about who to give this extra key to. She wanted to give it to someone who just wanted to spend the summer there, or wanted to watch a movie together or have dinner together. And she was praying, and she told me that she felt in her heart like if God was telling her to give the key to me for some reason. And that's when I knew it was God working in my life. I told her immediately that I was looking for doing internship in my professor's clinic, and it was very near her house, around 5 minutes on bus. And that's an example of how God has worked in my life and how He works in everything we do, in everything I do. And I'm not saying that the Christian life is easy. It's actually very hard. There are gonna be so many battles in your life. There are gonna be so many challenges, so many stuff that you won't know what to do. When I went into optometry school, they told me it was going to be a career all in Chinese. And it was something that I decided to do because I knew God was going to be with me all along, and He was. And so there's this other verse that I want to share with you, and it is Romans 8:28, which says, "And we know that all things God works for the good of those who love Him and who have been called according to His purpose." And so no matter, my story has just started. This is the beginning of something greater that is coming. And I can live in peace, I can sleep in peace, knowing that God will take control of all the stuff that's gonna come in the future, and that He will love me no matter what. And that's the message that I wanted to share with you guys today, and just tell you guys that God loves you. God loves you so much, and He wishes the best for your life.